we are going to start with the second chapter. Name of the lesson is Lost Spring, written by Jung. This lesson is an extract of the stories of stolen childhood. Now, before going to the story, so let us see something about the author. So, author Jung is an Indian woman author who was born in the year 1964. Now, can you just recall in the 60s what are the important events, or can you remember a crucial event that happened in the 60s? Is it not the China-India war? So this happened in the year 1962, and after 2 years, this famous writer Jung was born into the family of the aristocratic poet. Both the father and mother, means that the parents of Jung were also writers, and therefore this also had a greater impact on the life of Jung. She was born in Rourkela and then had her education in Hyderabad and in the United States of America, and therefore she became a very famous writer, journalist, editor for many of the important newspaper. Now, in this lesson, we see that India is unveiled, means the prevailing condition, the miserable condition, the miserable plight of the children and the family of the children are unveiled or open before us. So Jung wrote a particular work that is Unveiling India, published in 1987, where India was exposed, India was open to the people. Here also we see what the condition of the children is very clearly delineated or explained. Now, my dear children, before going to the lesson, we will see the significance of the title. Significance of that title. We will see how the title is justified, how the title Lost Spring is justified or right or apt. Now, this title you see, Lost Spring. Now, what does this spring actually refers to? Can you tell, my dear children? Now, according to Keats, have you heard of Keats? John Keats. So, John Keats was a romantic poet, and according to him, human life is divided into 4 seasons. He has his childhood, he has his adolescence, he has his manhood and old age. Childhood is called the spring, adolescence is the summer, manhood is referred to as autumn, and then old is called the winter. Therefore, as you have come to know, this spring actually, metaphorically, this refers to the childhood, the prime of man's life. Now you just imagine a child. A child is very jocund, very joyful, very happy, very carefree, and he has no care. He has no care, no worries, no sorrows. He's always all the time hopping and jumping just like the lamb, and he doesn't know any care. Therefore, this is the prime of man's life. And therefore, when the childhood is very secure, when the childhood is the foundation of the next stage of life, then what happen? Manhood become better. And in this way, when the child is taken care of, the father also taken care of. Because you will see, it is rightly said that child is the father of a man. Child is the father of a man. Means we can see the reflection of the father. We can see the reflection of the father in the face of the child. So he is the future. He is the future. He is the future of the father. Therefore, child is called the father of a man. And therefore, when he is taken care of, when he is nourished, then manhood also is nourished. But normally, let us see what exactly happened. So there are a lot of laws in the country. Law are enforced, but law are hardly obeyed by the people. Laws are made. Elementary education is made universal. But what happened in spite of all this? What happened? We can see still now. We can see that the children walking barefoot into the street, working in the dhaba or in the hotel, working in the industry or in any other worker in the domestic household. Therefore, so if this condition persists or continues, then what will happen? The economy of the country will be badly affected, and our position in the world also will be greatly impacted. Therefore, we will have to nourish the childhood. When the childhood of all the children of the country is nourished, then the manhood also will be nourished. Therefore, this lesson actually gives the clue or the hint to the spring or the child's stage of the child, that is the childhood, which is already lost. That means this lesson gives hints to the deprivation, the exploitation of the children, either in the industry or in any of the working establishment where it is prohibited that the children should not work. Now you should know that children up to the age of 14, 6 to 14, they have the right of education. Education is a right for them from 6 to 14. Therefore, if any child below the age of 14 going to do work in anywhere, it is a criminal activity and it is to be reported to the police. Therefore, so this awareness is made by the author. You will see the author actually was a very sensitive person, and therefore he was very much touched. He was empathetic towards the condition of the children, and therefore he could see in this lesson the condition, miserable condition of the children who are represented by two major characters. One is Sahib and another one is Mukesh. This Sahib and Mukesh are not the two characters. They are representative of all the children who are exploited in any of the workplace or in the industry. Therefore, so we'll see to after the explanation of the lesson, we'll see how the writer wanted to give the message to the politician, the bureaucrat, the authority, to take care of the children so that their childhood, the prime of their life, the spring of man's life is not lost, it is revived and life becomes beautiful. Therefore, my dear children, so we'll be starting the lesson now. So let us see the text. Let us see the text. Okay, now, my dear children, let us go to the text now, in order to see the miserable condition of the children of India. Now, we see one character. The name of the character is Sahib. Name of the character is Sahib. Now, his name is, you will see, his name is Sahib-e-Alam, means he is the owner of the whole universe. But this name also is very much ironical. So after getting his name and his condition, the present condition, we begin to laugh. Why? Because his condition is so miserable, so pathetic, so deplorable. Therefore, let us see the condition. Sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. My dear children, so do you know why people actually migrate from one place to another? So you will see this migration is a universal phenomenon. People migrate from one place to another place, from one country to another country. You have seen in the letters also. From the European country, lot of people from the Middle East goes to these European countries as a refugee because of lot of reasons. And many times what happened, because of the natural calamity, people begin to migrate from one place to another, and such is the case with Sahib too. What the Sahib did, Sahib family were living in the midst of the greenery in Dhaka, but what happened after the devastating flood, as a flood all the time, almost every year, as a usual manner, flood actually sweeps the life of the people. So Sahib, in the company of many of the family, came to India and they settled down just by the border or the outskirt of Delhi. That is called Simapuri. My dear children, have you heard of Simapuri earlier? So Simapuri is such an area. So it is a very huge area of the rag pickers. It is a slum area. It was a wilderness. No people was there. And when these people came to India from Bangladesh, they actually settled down there as refugees. And after that, what they got their ration card, to have their food, to have their name in the voter card too, voter roll too, and in this way they were leading their life in the temporary hut. And when in search of food, what they did, they made transit home, transit, transit home, and they begin to shift the house from one place to another. And in this way, the life of the gypsy or the migratory life, just like the migratory bird, they were living. When the writer encountered Sahib, then she asked the question, why do you do this? आप ये काम क्यों करते हो? Then Sahib told everything about his past background, and he also told that there is no other way for earning the bread or butter, and therefore they were doing this. They did not go to school because there was no school nearby. They were willing to go to school, but there was no facility at all. When the school will be open, they may visit there and have their education. But opening the school in the slum or in the border of the slum also is just like a distant dream or impossible promise. Therefore, let us see now. Now the condition of these children was so pathetic, so deplorable that so they were walking barefoot in the street of Simapuri, and they were searching for the garbage, and garbage for them was just like gold. As gold is precious, garbage was also precious, because when they were scrounging or searching the garbage, then they got what? They got sometime a coin, which is so valuable. Sometimes they got a 10 rupee note also. Therefore, there are two meanings of the garbage. One, for the adult, it is a means of survival, and for the small children it is a wonder which is wrapped up or covered. Therefore, I will see I sometimes find a rupee, even a 10 rupee note, Sahib says his eyes lighting up. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage, you don't stop scrounging, for there is a hope of finding more. It seems that for children, garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parents. For the children, it is wrapped in wonder. For the elders, it is means of survival. My dear children, this part is important and you will take notice of it. So you will be asking the question, so what are the different meanings associated with the garbage? Then we will be giving the simple answer with substantial logic. So you will be telling that garbage has dual meaning or two meaning. One, for the small children, it is a wonder which is wrapped or covered. Wrapped means covered. And for the elders, it is the means of survival. Means this is a means of their livelihood. Means of livelihood. This is their profession. This is their making. This is their means of sustenance. Now you will see these are small children. They were supposed to come to the school for their mental development. They need to go to the field for their physical development. And these are children, when the children will be very healthy, when they will be very, very educated, then the country also will be very developed. Therefore, the children wants what? They want all sort of development, and therefore these are children, the rag pickers also, the slum children also, what do they want? They also have their interest, have their aptitude, and therefore they also wanted to play all the game that a normal child will. So therefore, what is the scene is that one day Sahib was just watching the game of the two young gentlemen playing the tennis, and from the fencing wall. So he was just observing, and he was just trying to be in the shoe of those people. Means he also wanted to be in that position. He invited from there he invited the position of this gentleman too. That means these children also has their aptitude, has their interest, has their yearning in life. They have also their likes, dislikes, everything just like the normal children, but they cannot satisfy because there is crisis of money, because they do not have the sufficient money to buy the food, buy the cloth, and buy the other things that are needed for the survival. Therefore, they cannot satisfy all the need that is normal to other human being. Now let us see, my dear children, let us go to the next part. So now let us come to the second part of the story. In this part we will see another character. And now here we will be going to Firozabad. Have you heard of Firozabad? Now we are going to Uttar Pradesh or UP. There Firozabad is very famous. Famous for what purpose? For the bangle making industry in India. So you can see there are small huts, and therefore it is called the Shanti town. Shanti town means the town of the hut or hutmans. And here what we will see, people are running or moving with the hand cart with a lot of bangles of different colors. And there is one character here you will see. So all the people here are engaged in the bangle making. But there are some exception also, and the exception was found in the character of Mukesh. So Mukesh wanted to be something else than the other people of the Firozabad working in the bangle making industry.